don't think we're on camera anymore.
I can't see you, Spinozzi, but I'll take your word for it. No, I'm wearing my Warriors for Freedom hat right now.
No,
so
they're 24. They're about a 25-yard line.
Yeah, I don't see them moving the ball down the field. I mean, honestly, Hudson Card is not Quinn Ewers. We've established that.
He can't get it in. Oh, yeah.
You know what, Spinozzi?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go with your Bud Light bet.
This has got to be a.
I don't think that was
got to be a six-pack bet, though.
This
is a six-pack. Yeah, not a single beer. Do a six-pack.
Okay, six-pack me, baby. Oh, I'm worried now. Texas just got to the
first down.
Spinozzi, if they do, I will, out of my own pocket, match it for you. Make it a 12. I'll double it. We love Texas. Texas is back. Go Horns. Horns up.
Rick, when you're ready.
Well, wait till OU goes to the Big 12. It's going to be so confusing.
Sophie loved your children. You hate both these children. What are you talking about? Sophie's choice. We are the Morning Animals. This is 98.1 FM, WWLS, the sports animal.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense.
Unsportsmanlike Conduct and Bud Light Game Time, live from the Grand Casino Hotel and Resort, sponsored by Remington Park Rate. Grand Casino Hotel and Resort. Sponsored by Twin Peaks, 43 Vision, Eskridge Honda, Valvoline, Instant Oil Change, Revive Men's Health, and Adams Family Real Estate.
You know, Coach V knew exactly, I truly believe this, he knew exactly what he was getting. And he was very pointed in what he wanted. And, you know, that to me gives me all the confidence in the world and allows me to, you know, to create a mindset on our side of the football of going fast, being aggressive, and, you know, being dominant. And that's ultimately what we want to do. So he wanted that, and that's where we're at. But again, it's still, man, it's making sure everybody's put in positions of success. We're going to keep talking about it, keep having conversation about it, and make sure we're doing that on Saturdays.
Hey, you guys are up.
It's Jeff Levy talking about his head coach, Brent Venables, and the success they had in week one and what they're going to do going forward, as the Sooners are 1-0 heading into their game tonight against Kent State at 6 o'clock. ESPN Plus will have the television coverage. Oklahoma State at 6:30, also playing at home in Stillwater against Arizona State. We are the Morning Animals. This is Unsportsmanlike Conduct. And so I need to clarify something, Spinozzi. Do I owe you beer, or do we have to wait till the game is over? Do I owe you beer now? Because Texas did, in fact, kick the field goal, but Alabama still has time left on the clock. Okay, then you win.
That was the bet.
And now Alabama's going to come back and win the game. Yes, they are going
they
to
just
win
crossed midfield, so yeah, it's looking.
Thank you, Maddie. That's up to you,
they're
right?
over the 50-yard line in 12 seconds.
Minute 15 with one timeout.
Oh boy. Yeah, we have not really talked a lot of OU and OSU today. I'll be honest.
It's going to take a pick from Texas to win this game, or a fumble, forced fumble.
Kerry, talk about Jeff Levy while we're watching the game, please.
He goes really fast.
Yes.
He likes to go fast.
Smells good.
All right, Phil, this is your time to fill.
No, I'm watching the
game.
Shut up. I can't hear the TV.
I mean, here's the hard thing for Phil is even if Alabama wins this,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean,
they're not going to cover.
You think?
Hey, how about the irony of Texas's kicker being named Auburn? His last name is Auburn, so a lot of Auburn beats Texas jokes. Auburn beats Bama. Auburn leads Bama. Right. And he also missed the field goal at the end of the first half that would have been huge at this point.
God, this could make OU Texas one of the biggest OU Texases in years, in a decade.
Listen, OU still has some business to take care of with Kansas State. I mean, Nebraska, I don't think will be a big challenge, but Kansas State's not going to be a pushover. Well, they're still playing, right? They had a big weather delay against Missouri. They were killing Missouri earlier.
By the way, you know the craziest stat of this game? Well, I don't know now, but before this drive started, Connor Ewers was the leading passer in this game with 134 yards.
Ewers?
Or Quinn Ewers. I don't know where Connor comes from.
Oh. Pressure.
That's a Heisman Trophy winning play
Bryce
right there.
Young is really good still. So explain what happened, Kerry.
Why does Kerry have to do it?
So Bryce Young drops back to pass. He gets pressure. Guy comes clean, has a sack right in his sights, and Young just spins right out of it and rushes down the sideline for a 20-yard gain.
That could have ended the game right there.
There's a safety blitz.
Him. Yeah, had he...
He had a clean shot at him and just whiffed.
He would have been down at about the 44, which would have been too long to try a field goal. It would have been 4th and long.
Now they're at the 16, 17-yard line. They're kicking the field goal. Yep.
Yeah, it is going to be Spinozzi.
Surrender Cobras are on their way. once again in Austin, the home of the Surrender Cobra. The frat bros not so happy all of a sudden.
Which group of students, Phil, are more bothersome for you to look at? The Alabama one?
No, definitely the Texas one.
Their hair.
I'm just so happy for
like 12 years old and in college. Did you see that?
I'm so happy for the young Alabama fans that will never have to know heartbreak because they've, rarely ever seen Alabama lose.
Yeah, like if they showed, how like they show little kids that are fans of teams and they're crying. Like Alabama, they showed their kids. They're like, we've won a lot. Like they weren't bothered at all by Texas taking the lead.
And they said, "Look, Surrender Cobra." They've already started.
He's more
like hugging his own head, Kerry. He's not Surrender Cobra.
He's stretching.
Yeah, it's more like
that looks like a
Surrender Cobra. Yeah,
to go in. Yeah,
the Surrender Cobra is the two hands clasped behind the head.
By the way, if you watch us on the stream, all you're seeing is our heads turning towards televisions. We're not doing anything good but watching TV on the stream.
Well, isn't this what Mark Rogers and Sam Mays do? They just sit and watch. Yeah, this is what they do. This has become a thing in broadcasting. Yeah,
so this is going to be a 31-yard field goal. Bama completed a pass.
God, Texas. I mean, oh, my God, Texas.
It appears like I'm ahead of all of you. Do you want me to spoil it for
No, don't spoil it.
It hadn't happened yet. Well, it hadn't happened yet. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is. I'll let you guys watch it and give the reaction.
It's right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Nice. 15 seconds remaining.
Now, did that get blown dead?
Oh, Texas called the timeout. They iced him.
Timeout. They tried to.
They iced him.
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Right.
The Texas kicker missed a 20-yard field goal. You might as well just make him crowd up on the 1-yard line and kick it in.
Ron, you're right, especially at 4th and 8. Now, if it was 4th and 3 and it would give them a first down, then they can run a little bit more time off, then you're right. But at 4th and 8, I'm absolutely doing that.
Just see if they dare him to call it.
I mean, it would make it a 26-yarder instead of a 31-yarder. I don't know why you wouldn't. What's the difference?
You can't call 2 timeouts college in a row, can you?
I don't know what the college rule is.
Nailed it again, so it's moot.
Now there's 10 seconds left, and Alabama's up by 1.
Yeah.
Man, think of all those babies that were going to be made tonight that will now never know life. Oh, Senator Cobra right there.
Listen, I know it's yeah. Well, how about that, right?
There would have been tons of Auburn babies born with the name Auburn.
Hey, Spinozzi, I don't think they're covering the spread.
Just saying.
You wanted
pain.
There's about 50 million Surrender Cobras behind that end zone. It was a wall of Cobra.
A wall of Surrender Cobras. I mean, that should change Bevo. They should change the mascot from Bevo to Surrender Cobra.
Somebody's got to get on that right now.
Kerry, this one, it would have been a huge OU. This is still going to be a big OU Texas game. If Texas wins out until the Red River Shootout, no OU does, that's going to be a massive game.
Texas was 22 in one poll, and they're not in the other. Is that right?
They're not in the one that Fox is using.
Correct. I think they'll stay in the poll after this.
No, I was going to say, do they jump in the poll 100%. They're not in?
Yeah, I bet they move up. Nobody plays Alabama like this.
I agree.
No. Texas, they're top 15, Matt. They're top 15.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, what will the pollsters say?
They have Bijan
so,
back there?
look at Texas's schedule. If Quinn Ewers is out, they play UTSA, Texas Tech on the road, and West Virginia before they get to OU. You can't tell me that they're just easily going to win those games without
Quinn Ewers
quarterback. Yeah. And OU.
I'll say this: Ewers Ewers massively impressed me today. His deep ball
I agree.
is fantastic. He's just very accurate. He doesn't have a rocket arm, but he is impressive. I mean, his accuracy is off the charts. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, and think about it, Spinozzi, what we talk, they don't have as nearly as many good skill players around him. And if he leads them, to undefeated season, he's got a chance to win the Heisman again, no doubt. All right, game's over. 2019, Texas could not do it.
Man.
That is
Break when you're ready.
Ooh, Saban
what a
screaming
great
at
game,
somebody.
though, for college football.
We are the Morning Animals. This is 98.1 FM, WWLS, the Sports Animal. You're listening to Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I think.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
From the Grand Casino Hotel and Resort, sponsored by Clearsight LASIK, the law office of Warden and Carbager, Michener Fair and Jewelers, Mr. Electric, and Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance.
They played good the other night. Their defense, I think they were number one in the Pac-12 last year defensively. I mean, I'm not sure, but I know they were ranked up there pretty high. They only gave up about 380 yards a game. Didn't give up many points. And I think they only gave up 3 the other night, 6 or 3, something like that. So they were pretty good on defense. And then they really helped themselves with the quarterback they brought in from, I think he's from Florida. He's athletic, he can run, makes plays with his legs, throws a deep ball well. So it'll be a good challenge for us. We'll get a really good feel for where we're at as a football team after this game, because we're going to play athletic guys that are big and physical. They've got big physical linemen. Their offensive line's good. We'll be challenged in those areas, so we'll get a good feel for where we're at.
It's Mike Gundy talking about Arizona State. The Sun Devils coming to town tonight at 6:30. Herm Edwards still coaching Arizona State. Remember how weirded out he was when the reporter at his introductory press conference announced himself, John Smith from the Devil's Digest, and Herm was blown away by that. He's like, I'm a Christian now. I don't know about the horns. Okay, that's the nickname, Herm. Sun Devils is in the name, so you might have to roll with it for a second. But anyway, that game tonight at 6:30 on ESPN2. OU Kent State at 6 o'clock. We are the Morning Animals. This is Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I am Curtis. There's Phil. What's up, Phil?
Oh, just looking at the weather. Beautiful at kickoff tonight. 79 for both kickoffs, OU and OSU. So looking really good. We've got Spinozzi at the Grand Casino enjoying all the free ice cream that he can shove into his gob hole. Yes. My mother loves the Wild Buffalo slot machines in Vegas, so yeah. And, of course, we've got Kerry Murdoch at Murdoch Manor.
By the way, do not forget OU, Kent State. It is on ESPN Plus. And before you go belly aching about it, just realize that it's not on pay-per-view. So pay-per-view is dead thanks to this ESPN Plus deal. Also, some technology woes, I guess, for the university today is their online ticketing had gone down. They say that it has now been restored, and to close your app and reopen it if you're still having problems getting your tickets.
Yeah, so, Kerry, I actually
they don't print tickets anymore.
I tweeted about this earlier. So this got known because the company who handles a lot of the college's online ticketing, there's thoughts that maybe they got hacked or there's a ransom attack. Anyway, Georgia Tech was the first one to experience it. They were fans at the end of the game that could not access their tickets. So it was a major deal. And then, a lot of the schools, I think Texas Tech said, hey, we've cleared ours up, like OU is saying. I think OSU might have that same company. I haven't seen anybody tweet out about it. But, yeah, it was a huge problem around the nation for about an hour or so. We don't print the internet.
Don't worry, Spinozzi. Plenty of people have told them that on the comments on their Twitter.
Oh, I'm sure.
They did.
And while you're waiting, buy those $140 jerseys that players only get $3 for. I know. It's awful. I mean, and it's absolutely right. Well, and here's the thing. They signed off on it. I just don't think they read the fine print. Like, you're only going to get 4% of the sales from this jersey. And, I mean, it's bad because the university gets their cut too, and then Fanatics gets their cut, and then this company that organized the whole thing with the players gets their cut. So it's just like when you get these deals, I always wondered like how much is going to be left for the players, and the answer is not much.
I'm guessing that might get renegotiated once all this money starts flowing in. For Kerry Murdoch, Matt, do you have some audio that he can enjoy about Texas?
I sure do. You bet.
Texas is back, folks.
There you go, Kerry, just for you. By popular
demand. I feel like that's kind of an unnecessary dig today for the Longhorns, who played their asses off.
Still lost.
Especially defensively.
Too bad they'll probably lose 4 more games because Quinn Ewers won't be healthy to play.
Did they play Kansas without Quinn Ewers? Are they coming up, or are they late in the season?
You just need 3. Why are you getting greedy? You don't need. You don't need. You're not getting 6. Well, this would be a big one for you for sure, because if you get.
I mean, Stuart Mandel, I think he picked Texas to go 2-7 in the Big 12 this year. So he had Kansas finishing ahead of them.
Kansas State is, I'm telling you, that's who Stuart Mandel was on, and he
picked him to win the Big 12, yeah.
Yeah. But they're good, man. And OU plays them in 2 weeks. But
they didn't get a quarterback, though. They got Adrian Martinez.
He looked pretty
Adrian
good
Martinez
today.
Is not good. Yeah.
He's got a better team around him, Kerry.
I don't think he threw for 100 yards last week. Look at his line from last week.
Well, they didn't need to, right? I mean, it was a lot of Deuce Vaughn. Didn't he win by 50? What, a safety? Is that what you're talking about, Spinozzi? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I thought you were getting weird, but I forgot. Yeah,
Spinozzi, he just likes getting deuces out there because it makes you uncomfortable.
I really thought he was going to poop on the field, so.
By the way, with a whole quarter to play, Kansas State leads Missouri from the SEC 33-6. Because they have
I'd love
long
to see
weather
like Drinkwitz get fired. Missouri's a trash program. They're the trash cracker of the SEC.
Of the SEC, no doubt, right? I am curious to know what they're going to do with these divisions or pods in the SEC. And like, if you're OU, are you going to be like with Alabama and Texas? What if they do pods? Yeah, but if they don't, then you're in there with Alabama, A&M, Arkansas. I would hope.
Yeah, I don't want to move to a conference where you never play a team for 7 years.
Well, that's what they have right now, some of them.
Yeah.
But it would make sense to break it up into pods. The question is, who do you put them in with Texas A&M and Arkansas, or do you throw LSU in one, take one out, or Missouri? Yeah. But they want to, if they're smart, you need to have them play each other.
Yeah,
they need to bring that rivalry back.
OU, Texas, and Texas A&M need to be in the same one because OU and Texas aren't going to stop playing every year, and A&M and Texas need to play every year.
Yeah, they do.
The networks will demand that.
So do you put
the question
Missouri,
is it
Arkansas, or
Missouri?
LSU in there?
Or Missouri?
I think you probably put Missouri in there. Yeah.
I mean, I would prefer Arkansas, but Missouri's got a lot more history with OU. Now, Arkansas has a lot more history with Texas and Texas A&M.
The problem is this. The problem is this. I mean, go back to when that broke and how A&M reacted. They don't want to be in the same pod with Texas.
Too bad.
That's what I say. Yeah,
I mean,
but they're crybabies. I mean, that's just who A&M is.
Aren't they out of wielding power now?
If they're in crybabies, they're in the wrong league.
Well, so is Texas if they're going to cry about horns down.
I'm with you on that. I agree.
Well,
there's no way the SEC enforces that, by the way, in my opinion.
I saw somebody
horns down is a 15-yard penalty. Somebody
tweeted out, "Hey, how do I see the OU game tonight?"
Don't tell them.
Okay, no, I would say you have to have either a TV or a phone,
money,
a credit card, and internet connection of some
and
sort.
$9.99.
Well, yeah, that's where your credit card. Well, some of those sports bars might not pony up.
Well, that's why you call ahead. You got the OU game on?
Yeah. OSU on a more recognizable channel for the olds, ESPN2. I do love the...
It's 2. See, that's going to throw them off.
It's right next to 1.
It's going to throw them off, Kerry. You know it and I know it.
Speaking of, have you seen...
It's harder to find it. Oh, God.
Well, you really are itching, aren't you? What do you got? What do you got for me? Well, my lock is OSU, so I guess I kind of have to. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Yeah, right. There you go. Maddie, we have...
Curtis is going to be an alcoholic by the time this is over with.
Speaking...
Going to win so much beer from you.
Speaking of Bud Light, we got Bud Light game time coming up, right? Countdown to kickoff.
Boom.
You got it. Al and Jim coming up next from Norman. They will be on from 3 until kickoff. But Gideon and Rashawn will join the guys at around 4:30 from outside Eskimo Joe's as a part of the Joe State tailgate. So we'll talk plenty of OU and OSU over the next 3.5 hours or so. We'll take you up to kickoff for both the Oklahoma and Oklahoma State games, and then we'll have complete post-game coverage again for both games here on the Sports Animal. We'll be taking phone calls after the games. A little bit later on after that, Carrie will join me for the College Locker Room Show. We'll get you as much post-game sound as we can. So we've got it all covered for you. You bet. Countdown to kickoff live.